Dear Holmboeprisen winner, Minister, Abel Prize laureate, young winners, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Holmboeprisen Award Ceremony 2017. As the headmaster of Oslo Katedralskole, I would first of all like to thank Peblingene, the pupils' choir, for their beautiful performance. It is a great honor for us to once again host this ceremony. Thank you for joining us. At the age of 23, Bernt Mikael Holmboe started his teaching career at Oslo Katedralskole. This was in 1818, 4 years after he himself had graduated from the same school. In his first year of teaching, Holmboe got to know a remarkable student, Nils Henrik Abel. Holmboe recognized Abel's extraordinary talent and saw it as his purpose in life to introduce Abel to all the mysteries of the math universe. The story of these two, the student and his mentor, is part of a long, proud history of Oslo Katedralskole, established as far back as in 1153. The school has witnessed many significant happenings in Norwegian history and has sometimes even played an important part in the events itself. Today, Katta is a school of 600 students, and much unlike in Holmboe's time, girls now attend Katta in large numbers. Girls actually constitute about 50 to 70% of all the student body. A significant part of our students specialize in the natural sciences, many of them taking classes at university level. We are very proud of this and proud that the heritage of people like Holmboe lives on through the practices of our staff and of students. Katarina Frostmann-Eisenstein og Vemund Breen Haugen will guide us through the rest of this ceremony. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Katarina.
Hello, I'm Vemund.
And we will be your conferencier for today. So, dear Holmboe Prize winner, Abel Prize laureate, minister, young winners, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the chair of the Norwegian Mathematical Council will present the Holmboe Committee's citation for the winner of the Holmboe Prize for 2017. This will be followed by a speech and presentation of the Holmboe Prize by the Minister of Education and Research, Torbjørn Røe Isaksen. Professor Arneborg will say a few words about the project supported by the Abel Board. There will be a presentation and film about one of the supported projects called the Mathematics Room, followed by the winning team of the Unge Abel presenting their project.
After this, today's honorable guests, young winners of 5 mathematical competitions, will be presented. Finally, there will be a speech by Professor Christian Ranestad, Chair of the Norwegian Mathematical Council. First, a student attending this school will greet the Abel Prize winner in French, Charlotte Rolfsen.
Et donc pour vous en particulier, Yves Meyer, nous sommes honorés de vous avoir ici parmi nous à Oslo Katedralskole et heureux d'avoir la possibilité de vous remettre en main propre ce prix prestigieux. Nous espérons que votre séjour ici à Oslo se passe bien et que vous avez la possibilité de profiter de notre ville, du beau temps et de l'air frais norvégien. Merci beaucoup.
And now, please let me introduce Brynjulf Ovren, Chair of the Norwegian Mathematical Council.
Dear Holmboe Prize winner, Minister of Research and Education, Abel Prize laureate, dear young winners, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure for me, on behalf of the Norwegian Mathematical Council, to present the reasons for awarding the Holmboeprisen of 2017 to Hanan Mohammed Abdelrahman, who is a teacher at Lofsrud Skole in Oslo. I will now cite from the Holmboeprisen committee. She has an ardent engagement in mathematical tuition and the academic success of all her pupils. She stresses strongly that every pupil should master and comprehend mathematics. The foundation of Hanan's teaching philosophy is that everyone can master mathematics. She is a demanding teacher who challenges and expects effort from her students. She learns to appreciate each individual student's thoughts, processes, and struggles, and gives bespoke instruction tailored to these individual needs. New angles of attack in the battle for understanding are always sought after, and the creativity of students' thoughts and suggestions are especially prized. She makes students challenge themselves to win a sense of mastery and self-belief in which great many succeed. Students and parents alike attest to the attentiveness and enthusiasm she places in helping each and every individual. Hanan has a special flair for finding the keys to the motivation of each student, so that all may develop a desire to further their understanding of the mathematics upon which they work. Hanan has a solid professional grounding. She has a master's degree in didactics of mathematics for primary and lower secondary education, and is actively continuing her mathematical studies. She has many years of teaching experience and works with a goal-oriented and adapted education program to improve students' result and grade averages in mathematics. Tuition methods in Hanan's classes are varied. She's a scintillating communicator and supervisor of mathematics, and gives exercises based on realistic, everyday contexts. She supplements textbooks and traditional exercises with her own videos, mathematical games, and recreations. Lofsrud Ungdomsskole has a large proportion of pupils speaking minority languages and possessing a bewildering diversity of academic backgrounds. Hanan overcomes such professional obstacles in helping all pupils to succeed at their own level and thereupon progress to new heights. Hanan recognizes the importance of involving parents and guardians in children's mathematics education. She has held courses for parents and published the book Mattehjelperen, leksehjelp for foreldre og elever på ungdomsskolene. She places herself at the disposal of pupils and teachers and responds to all hours to communication she receives. Hanan gives free homework assistance at 2 libraries, a service of which many students enjoy. She offers moreover help on the Facebook page Mattehjelperen. In addition, she is a columnist in Aftenposten Junior, where she writes a matematikkfaget every other week. On top of everything, she holds courses for teachers, school principals, and parents. Hanan is a great treasure for Lofsrud Ungdomsskole. She is innovative and forward-thinking as a mathematical teacher with an extraordinary passion for instilling an interest and joy in learning the mathematical sciences. She is a role model for many. I congratulate Hanan Abdelrahman and her school with the Holmboeprisen 2017, and we will now show a short film. Thank you.
Min undervisningsfilosofi å vise engasjement, innsats, glede, at man skal vise hensyn til elevene, engasjere dem, forvente noe av dem, tro på at alle kan mestre og være alltid optimistisk da.
Hun smart, hun morsom, hun flink til å forklare, så det enkelt å skjønne når hun forklarer en ting.
Hun klarer å sette seg i eleven sin situasjon. Hun klarer å veilede eleven til å bli for eksempel sterkere på et felt han eller hun egentlig ikke er.
Og det ganske morsomt å se på egentlig. At noen så entusiastisk på hva de driver med.
Forholdet til elevene det viktigste. Hvis du skal lære dem noe, så det veldig viktig at du har et godt forhold til dem. Du tar hensyn til dem, du engasjerer dem, at du får dem til å føle seg en del av den reisen om å lære kunnskaper.
Hanan 100% engasjert, veldig glad i faget sitt. En lærer som hele tiden ser på hvordan hun kan gjøre det bedre for at elevene skal lære. Så Hanan bruker lite energi på å skylde på elevene. Hun ser på seg selv, hva kan jeg gjøre for at elevene skal lære?
I tillegg til jobben min på skolen, så gir jeg leksehjelp på 2 biblioteker i Oslo, og driver med ulike aktiviteter som kan være med å misjonere for faget.
Det at Hanan her hver mandag, det betyr masse. Hun har et engasjement og en glede rundt det med matte som smitter over både på oss og på barna.
Jeg synes jeg veldig heldig å jobbe på Lofsrud skole. Jeg har en ledelse som alltid stiller opp for meg og heier på meg og synes at det jeg gjør viktig og tror på det jeg gjør. Det gjør noe med din motivasjon og tro på deg selv da.
Hun brenner for mattefaget, for å oppsummere det kort. Hun så engasjert når hun kommer i timen, og mer som elevene skal få det til uansett. Til og med de som kanskje ikke kan så mye fra før. Jeg på barneskole var ikke noe flink i matematikk i det hele tatt. Jeg sleit faktisk selv med matematikk, og kanskje det har noe å si for hvordan jeg skjønner at andre sliter i dag. Og så traff jeg den riktige læreren som klarte å engasjere meg og forklare det på den måten som traff mattehjertet mitt på en måte. Og det sånn når du mestrer noe, så får du kick på en måte. Du får lyst til å jobbe mer og mer med det da, og det akkurat det som skjedde med meg da.
Hun viser matematikk fra en annen side da, som får oss til å tenke at matematikk gøy og ikke så kjedelig. Jeg selv ligger på en 5 i matte. Jeg lå på en 4 i matte før, og jeg nærmer meg 6 nå, og jeg synes, ja, hun fantastisk.
Vinne Holmboeprisen. Det betyr så mye når jeg tenker at det minnepris som etter Holmboe, læreren til Nils Henrik Abel. Det jo veldig stort for en mattenerd. Mitt mål at ungene skal føle seg bra. I feel good. De skal føle seg vel og ha selvtillit i faget og komme ut av mattetimene mine med smil da. Og tro på at dette her kan vi få til.
Okay. And now, please help me welcome the Norwegian Minister of Education and Research, Torbjørn Røe Isaksen.
Dear Holmboeprisen winner, Abel laureate, Professor Meyer, young winners, ladies and gentlemen. Bernt Mikael Holmboe was quite an accomplished mathematician in his own right, but that's not why we remember him. We remember him today because he was an outstanding teacher. And we remember him because as an outstanding teacher, he was a good teacher for all his students, but he discovered, in a way, one of the greatest mathematic talents of all time. And with no competition at all, the greatest mathematical talent Norway has ever fostered. By discovering Nils Henrik Abel, by being his mentor, by coaching him, he also helped to highlight what being a great teacher is. And it's interesting to see that even though the world has changed so much from the early 1800s till today, I think the essence of being a great teacher is in a lot of ways the same. It's seeing the individual students, it's fostering their curiosity, engaging them, challenging them, and being able to follow them up. Simply put, being a great teacher is helping students to reach their full potential. The winner of this year's Holmboeprisen has, in a way, already managed to become something of a celebrity. She was known, of course, for writing books and being a great math teacher before this award, but just since the committee announced her name, she's figured in some of Norway's largest daily newspapers. She was a guest on one of our most popular talk shows. I think it's fair to say that in a few weeks' time, you've managed to become one of our most famous teachers since Elias Rykle, from Dag Solstad's novel Sjenanse og verdighet. But there are some very important differences. The most important one, of course, being that Elias Rykle hated his job and hated his students, while you're being rewarded precisely because you don't. So luckily, Rykle is fiction, but you're for real. So why has this year's Holmboeprisen winner captured the popular imagination? I don't quite know why. Could be because you're a great teacher. I think it has a lot to do with that. I think it has a lot to do also with the fact that a lot of people think that mathematics is something special, something especially difficult, and we're always interested to find the people who manage to bring us into the world of mathematics. But I think it also has to do with something else. There's something that's called the soft bigotry of low expectations. And what is that? It's the idea that not all students should be challenged, that we should feel pity for some students, that due to their background, where they come from, their interests, we really can't challenge them. And of course there is, as the good and great teacher knows, there is a wise way and a dumb way to challenge students. But having high expectations for all your students, I think, is one of the cores that make you a great teacher. Let me add 3 other reasons. First, respect and deeply felt interest in your pupils. To be a great teacher, you have to know your subject, but you also have to respect your students. Teenagers from your classrooms, as we saw in the movie here, tell us about your ability to waken their interest in mathematics, to waken their curiosity. And nobody is allowed to say, well, mathematics isn't for me, I just don't understand it, I'm just not born to be interested in mathematics. When a pupil tells you that, I've been told that you say, rubbish, come here and let me show you. But you've also developed the tools to show them. Moreover, you're constantly on the lookout for new ways to make your pupils unlock the magic of mathematics, developing your teaching and also yourself as a professional. The second reason, I think, is that you take pride in your subject. Mathematics is everywhere. It surrounds us in our lives. And we need to make more people see that mathematics is not just a theoretical exercise, it's also about everyday life. And I might also add, talking to some of the Holmboeprisen winners over the years, the laureates, I've also come to see that mathematics can be as beautiful as art. And it's fascinating to talk to people who really love mathematics and hear them describe it as a philosopher would describe philosophy or an artist would describe his or her art. To be a great teacher, you don't need to know everything. Nevertheless, you need to be curious, and you need to be able to reduce knowledge to simple, small parts so that others can learn as well. And you take pride in that as a teacher, and it is truly a sign of a great teacher to master this skill. Third, learning is a serious business. That doesn't mean you have to be serious all the time, but at the core, it's a serious business. Your own experience has taught you that mathematics isn't necessarily easy. It can be hard. You've said that your own teacher would have been surprised to see you here today. To learn something, you have to invest. And let's be honest, many times it's also about hard work. It doesn't need to be dead serious all the time, but you need to also commit to learning. What kids need are someone who they trust and believe to make sense of this hard work, to make them see that it's an investment in themselves, in their future, and that is also what you give them. Moreover, as every parent knows, kids can tell the difference between just saying something and really meaning something. And I think that that is one of the things you do. It's tempting as a fan of hip-hop to quote Jay-Z. Well, under these circumstances, I might have said, to quote the great poet Jay-Z, he says, "Say you're looking for the real, well, this is as real as it gets." And I think that is also a part of being a great teacher. So it's a great pleasure and honor for me to introduce the Bernt Mikael Holmboeprisen to Hanan Abdelrahman of Lofsrud School in Oslo. I invite Hanan and the principal, Bittenkok, to come up, and we will now hand you the award. Congratulations.
I'm very nervous now, so. Yeah, thank you. Jeg skal ha den under kanskje litt sånn, ikke veldig høy. Ikke den, jeg skal lese den. Du skal bare lese? Nei, ikke den, jeg skal bare lese. Du trenger ikke ha den. Men da skal jeg ikke ha ting oppe. Nei, ikke den. Jeg skal bare lese. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. There is a lot of happy feelings going inside of me now, and it's really nice to share them with you today. Thank you. Winning this prize was like a dream to me, and I'm very thankful and very honored that that dream became true, and I feel really good today. Winning this prize is important for me because it highlights the effort of so many enthusiastic math teachers who work at school and who make a great work that is far beyond the expected. Those math teachers, for example, my colleagues coming from Lofsrud Skole. This prize shows us that the work of math teachers is significant and that with good and unified efforts, it's possible to help all students to achieve their goals in mathematics and that they can master it regardless of their starting point. And I was one of those students. There is nothing called math person, math genes, or someone born as math genius. I wasn't one of them. We have all a lot of math inside of us that's waiting for being stimulated. The importance of Holmboeprisen lies also in its role in putting forward all the good work done in classroom. Across the country, it inspires both teachers and students and contributes to a positive image of mathematics in the public. And it's very important. Math is not very positive in public. What do you think? One of my major dreams, I have a dream as a math teacher in Norway, is to make mathematics interesting, not only to my students, but also to parents, and make mathematics accessible, thought-provoking, and fun for the public.
who are afraid of math, unfortunately. That's why I'm very proud of this prize as a math teacher and a math lover. So in this happy day, I'd like to thank the Holmboe Committee for choosing me, Professor Brynjulf Overn, Chair of the Norwegian Mathematical Council. I'd like to thank those who nominated me for such a great prize. They are not here today. The parents, the students, my lovely students, I want to clap for you, please. Heidi Skart Hansen, the head manager of Lambertseter Bibliotek, where I'm giving this assistant to homework. Linda Nord, head manager of Minotenk Minoritet Politisk Tenketank, and all the amazing followers of my Facebook page, Matematikkfaget. I'd like to thank Mr. Torbjørn Røe Isaksen, Minister of Education and Research. I'd like to congratulate Professor Yves Meyer, bonjour monsieur et félicitations, for winning Abel Prize. It's very nice to talk to you and to see that you are the same category like me. You wasn't good at math like me. It started at high school, so thank you. I'd also like to welcome Professor Joe Boller. It's great joy and honor to have you with us in Oslo today. It's a second dream that became true today. Could you imagine how happy I am today, people? Woo! I want to thank my school, Lofsrud skole, the management, my colleagues, my great colleagues, and all the wonderful students of my school. I also want to thank my family, my husband, my dear husband, Mohammed, my sons, Yusuf and Yunus, who like math like me, who support me and never get bored of me for spending a lot of time doing mathematics and studying and stuff like this. I also want to thank my sisters in Egypt, Farida, and my sister is sitting here, Russia, for helping me with this English today. For believing in me and for believing that I can do something special. Thank you, my dear. Finally, I want to dedicate this prize to two great women in my life. And I'm sorry, I'm a little bit emotional now. My math teacher at high school in Egypt, Mrs. Alweya. Thank you, Mrs. Alweya. You made me love math and believe in myself. And my mother, who taught me how to have fun with numbers. May her soul rest in peace. I love you, Mom. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day today. Thank you. It's an honor.
Thank you a lot, Hanan. We will now listen to Professor Anne Borg, who's the leader of the Child and Youth Committee of the Abel Board, who is going to give a presentation of projects supported by the Abel Prize.
Dear Holmboeprisen winner, Abel laureate, minister, young winners, ladies and gentlemen. Today, at the first day of the Abel Week, we are honoring and celebrating excellent teaching in mathematics. First of all, I want to congratulate Hanan Mohammed Abderrahman as winner of the Holmboe Prize 2017. It's amazing to listen to you. Making mathematics accessible and exciting for young pupils is the ambition of most mathematics teachers, and you have, through your work, been highly successful in this respect. Congratulations. The Nils Henrik Abel Prize has, in addition to the award to the Abel laureate, in its statutes that part of the funding should be used for measures targeting children and youth. Every year, a call for applications for different activities is announced. Several of the events and activities supported by the Abel Prize have been running continuously since the beginning. These are the Abel competition for high school students, where the winners are representing Norway in the International Mathematical Olympiad, and the LAMIS summer course on mathematics for teachers and their yearly booklet on mathematics activities for primary schools. Furthermore, as part of the celebration of the Abel laureate during the Abel week, we support an event for children, which this year is hosted by University of Oslo. Over the years, a range of individual projects have been supported by the Abel Prize. Today, we will present one of these, namely the mathematics room at Queen Maud University College of Early Childhood Education. The presentation will be given by Anne Nakken, Norwegian Center for Mathematics Education, and Oliver Thiel, Queen Maud University College. Please, the floor is yours.
Dear Holmboeprisen winner, Abel Prize laureate, minister, young winners, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we would like to congratulate Hanan. When working with preschool children, we see how they are curious and explore mathematics in a playful and creative way. We hope that they in the future will meet teachers inspired by your dedication, your enthusiasm, and your smile. We would like to thank the Abel Prize for supporting our mathematics room for early childhood mathematics. The room gives the children opportunity to explore and play with mathematical ideas. Children meet a great variation of material that gives them experience within the wide range of mathematics.
We have developed the room because we believe that mathematics is an important part of everyone's life already in the early years. There are different ways of working with mathematics for this age group. Everyday experiences and free play are as important as guided and structured play within learning environments. The room brings inspiration and ideas to the preschool teachers for them to use in their own preschools. The room is situated at Queen Maud University College and is used by preschools on a daily basis. Almost every day, children in the age of 1 to 6 years old sense the joy of mathematics in the room. The preschools can use the room for free, they just have to book a time. The room is also used by preschool teacher students and their educators, and for research on children's mathematical development. When meeting the room for the first time, most children are amazed that it looks like a playground. After some minutes of free exploration, every child finds something that catches his or her interest. Then they work on this mathematical object for some time. Now you will see a movie where we present some of the possibilities in the room.
5, 6, 7 og 10, og 13 og 14 og 15, 19, 16.
Ja, hvor mange var det da?
Og 18.
Var det 18?
Ja.
Passer den da? Hva passer den da?
Like høye nå?
Nei.
Og snart der. Er de like høye nå, da?
Er de det? Nei. Ikke stort. Ikke stort.
Ble det stort?
Hva tror dere? Hvorfor var det så forskjellig?
Fordi at den er grønne, den er
Ja, kanskje skal vi prøve det. Så jeg tror det er oftest den oransje som kommer lengst. Og hvorfor det?
Fordi det sitter litt tunere.
Ja, så det har noe med tyngde å gjøre. Hvis det er tyngde. Ja. Tror dere, skal vi prøve? Og hvorfor tror dere kom den lengre?
Fordi at han slåtte det. Fordi at den var litt høyere.
Ja, så det har noe med høyden å gjøre. Da får den, hvis det er høyere, da får den mer fart.
Thanks a lot for showing us a great mathematics room, perhaps a room for ideas for others in the audience. Another important activity for the Abel Prize is the math class competition, Unge Abel, Young Abel, for 9th graders, run for the first time in 2014. The winners of Unge Abel this year come from Fagerborg ungdomsskole, and they will represent Norway in the Nordic math class competition. Now they will present the depth study that they prepared for Unge Abel, which they will also present at the Nordic competition. The team members are Andreas Alberg, Johanne Marie Hånes, Jennifer Schalla, Antoine Coutrev. Please, we are looking forward to learn about your project.
Hello, I'm Andreas.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Johanna Maria.
And I'm Antoine.
And we are going to present one of the problems we got in the Unge Abel competition. The problem was to find how many different paths you could take between the 2 points in the grid when you had to follow the black lines. But when we made paths, we had to follow 4 rules, which Jennifer are going to explain to us now.
So the first rule says that you may only move along the horizontal segments on which S and M are located, as well as all the segments between them. As you can see, we made this figure in order to explain the rule in the simplest way. The green grid consists of the segments that you can move on, since S and M are located on them, as well as they are between point S and M. The red segments are the ones breaking the rule, thus you cannot move on them. We also made a grid here out of cups, which represent the green grid. The second rule says that you may move along all the vertical segments. Now, this one is pretty straightforward, so we'll just move on to the next one, which is rule number 3. It says that you cannot retrace your path at any time. This means that once you have moved forward, you cannot turn around and go back. You either have to continue forward or turn to left or right. The last rule says that when you have left a horizontal segment, you may not return to it again. We made another figure in order to illustrate the rule, and as you can see, the red segments are the ones breaking the rule since they are moving up to a horizontal segment that they have been on. The green segments are the ones following the rule, since they are only moving downwards. You can also compare this to a person being in a house or a building. The person has to start at the top floor, and as he moves to a floor beneath him, he cannot move to a floor above him.
Thank you for an excellent explanation, Jennifer. To help your understanding of the problem, we will generate a random path in this grid, consisting of 4 horizontal and 6 vertical segments. To do this, we're using a robot, which starts at point S, colored in yellow, and will end up at the green point M. Every time the robot comes to a new cup or point, Jennifer will throw the dice to generate a random number of degrees which the robot will rotate. If she throws 5 or 6, it's invalid and she will throw the dice again. But if she throws 1, 2, 3, or 4, she multiplies that number by 90 and get the number of degrees the robot will rotate clockwise. Johanne Marie will control that the robot are following the 4 rules that we just explained to you. Let's give an example.
3 multiplied by 90 is 270 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 270 degrees around. One multiplied by 90 is 90 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 90 degrees. 1 multiplied by 90 is 90 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 90 degrees around. 3 multiplied by 90 is 270 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 270 degrees around. 6, invalid number. 2 multiplied by 90 is 180 degrees. Invalid. Robot can't repeat the path in any way, anytime. 3 multiplied by 90 is 270 degrees. Sorry. Valid. Robot, please rotate 270 degrees around. 4 multiplied by 90 is 360 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 360 degrees around. 1 multiplied by 90 is 90 degrees. Valid. Robot, please rotate 360 degrees around. 90. It's 90. What? 90 degrees.
What?
It's totally okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. 4 multiplied by 90 is 360 degrees.
Invalid. Robots can't go out of the grid.
3 multiplied by 90 is 270 degrees.
Valid. Robot, please rotate 270 degrees around.
4 multiplied by 90 is 360 degrees.
Valid. Robot, please rotate 360 degrees around.
1 multiplied by 90 is 90 degrees.
Invalid. Robot can't go out of the grid.
4 multiplied by 90 is 360 degrees.
Valid. Robot, please rotate 360 degrees around.
Very good. This was one of 216 possible paths between the 2 points, and Antoine will now explain why.
We have chosen to use this house to explain how the path is working. Imagine that you are on the top floor and you want to go to the down floor. Then you got 4 floors. You have to go down 3 floors. And on each floor you got 6 staircases. That means that the formula or the path is 216 because it's 6 times 6 times 6 staircases or paths you have to go to get to the ground floor.
This is a tree diagram, and the tree diagram represents the number of paths in the grid and the house. We see at the start point, from the start point there are 6 different possibilities, and each of those represent one vertical line. So when you go from the start point to the next point, there are 6 different possibilities. So we multiply with 6 as Antoine said. So when you multiply with 6 by 6 by 6, you get 216 different paths in the grid and the house.
The second part of the problem was to find a formula which explains how many different paths there are between 2 points in any grid. We used the same idea as with the house, and we just said that there were n different staircases and m plus 2 different floors in the house. And then there would be n to the power of m plus 1 different paths between the 2 points. Yeah, where n is the number of staircases, which is the same as the number of vertical lines in the grid, and m plus 2 is the number of floors, which means that there are m floors between the 2 points, which means that there are m horizontal lines between the 2 points. To give an example that our formula is correct, we use a smaller grid. As you can see, we use a grid with 2 vertical lines and 1 horizontal line between the 2 points. And then there will be 4 different paths between the 2 points. If we use our formula, we get that there are 2 vertical lines in the whole grid, which means that n equals 2, and that there are 1 horizontal line between the 2 points, so m equals 1. And the formula says that there should be 2 to the power of 1 plus 1, which equals 2 to the power of 2, which equals 4 different paths, which is correct. Det går bra. Ikke si noe, vi bare går. Det går bra.
Thank you for listening.
Anton, vi står nå.
So, thank you very much for sharing your excellent study with us. So we wish you the very best in the upcoming competition. As a small token of our appreciation of your achievements, we will present you with a gift on this occasion. So could I ask the Abel laureate, Professor Yves Meyer, to come forward and present the books to the young winners.
Merci. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Skal vi til?
So I'll keep them standing because as part of the Holmboeprisen ceremony, we also present winners of this year's Abel competition and guests from corresponding competitions abroad. This year, skolernas matematikktävling in Sweden, Georg Mohr-konkurrensen in Denmark, and Berliner Tag der Mathematik from Germany. So they will also receive a gift. So I will call them each at a time, and at the end you will have them all here. So first I ask our Norwegian winners of the Abel competition to come forward to receive their gift. Okay? So then I will call upon the winners from Skolernas matematikktävling from Sweden. The next are the representatives of the Georg Mohr competition from Denmark, please. And then finally, I will ask the winners from Berliner Tag der Mathematik in Germany to come forward. Okay. Thanks a lot. We wish you the very best for the years to come, and we really hope that these competitions have inspired you to also continue studying mathematics in the future. Thanks a lot.
Professor Christian Ranestad, chair of the Abel board, will now give his closing remarks.
Dear Abel laureate, Holmboeprisen winner, ladies and gentlemen. Bernd Michael Holmboe was Niels Henrik Abel's teacher and guide into the world of mathematics. He was absolutely crucial in discovering the talent and promoting the young mathematician. When the Abel Prize was established by the Norwegian Storting, it was soon suggested that the Holmboe Prize should be added to honor teachers of mathematics. The politicians were persuaded by this, that this would reflect both the importance of teachers to young mathematics talents like Abel and the role of teachers in furthering mathematical competence in society in general. The Abel Prize was established to raise the awareness and standing of math in school and in society. The Holmboe Prize serves that purpose in addition to honoring the teachers as such. Congratulations to Hanan Mohammed Abel Rahman, this year's winner. I would like to add and commend you, Hanan, for the way you represented teachers in general and mathematics teachers in particular on TV and in other media this month. Of course, I thank you most of all for your daily achievements in the classroom at Lofsrud. It is only fitting to have this award ceremony at Abel's own school, Oslo Katedralskole. So on behalf of the Abel board, I want to thank the school and its rector, Eva Blomfeldt, for hosting the ceremony, Kalim Hussain for technical assistance, and the two students, Katarina Frostmann-Eisenstein and Vemund Breen-Haugen, for guiding us through this ceremony so professionally. So please, Rector, Hussain, and students, come forward.